Hi, my name's Mike Brotherton and welcome to my Allotment UK in East Sussex. The weather's been fine this week. It's been very warm, too warm. In fact, it's meant going onto the plot either early in the morning or late at night. And the main task has been, as last week, doing the watering and any other job that has cropped up in between. There has been a number of tasks done this week at home in preference to those on the plot, namely the cutting of the lawns. There's been a repair to the perimeter fence on our site boundary between next door, and I've had to block off a certain section, and because of lockdown and the timber yards being closed, the only timber available has been pallets. It's a time consuming job stripping them down, selecting the timber, denailing, which is very important prior to machining, and making this simple fence look as though it's from timber yard timber. And then the timber that's not been used I've taken back to the plot, because the original intention was to make a back to the coal frames which contain the Cambridge favourites, strawberries, as another prevention of stopping the mice getting in and other vermin and attacking my strawberries. One important task that's been done this week, which I've had to stay at home, has been my wife's hanging baskets. She enjoys doing these. The baskets are a pride and joy, but I'm needed there to hoist them down off the brackets, and when they're full of watered, putting them back again. Another restriction to going to the site was that I had a problem with my car. I had a small repair to do. It needed a new part fitting. Normally it wouldn't have taken long, but again, because of lockdown, it's meant ordering the parts by mail and then waiting for its delivery before I could fit it. But that's a side issue. As I mentioned in the introduction, I took the remaining unused pallet wood to the allotment with the intention of constructing a back to this coal frame. Not a job for now, but later, after the more important tasks are completed. While I have the frame open, a watering would not go amiss. Starting with raised bed 1, the carrots are given a soak. Raised bed 2, the beetroot, are duly watered. Duly watered, not Julie Waters. These strawberries being watered should now be netted to protect them from the birds. The recently planted broad beans are showing signs of perking up and are standing to attention as they receive their daily dose. And before I water the potatoes, I give them a boost of organic potato fertiliser and then water it in. I've run out of compost in topping up these potatoes, resulting in a change of plan. Colder weather is forecast tomorrow, with rain starting around lunchtime. Therefore, an early start is on the cards for tomorrow, and I will finish off this topping up, plus netting those strawberries. As one does the watering, changes in growth are noted. For instance, the gooseberries are now beginning to form. I've already mentioned the strawberries, and you may share my concerns over the rapid development of the berries. Must get these netted pronto. Calabrese are developing height, so it's time these are given protection in line with their increase in size. Second sowing of beetroot in the polytunnel have caught up with the first sowing, which were in situ in the raised bed number 2. It won't be long before these will be ready for planting out. As previously stated, I was up early next morning, collected a bag of compost, loaded it into the car and set off to be the first on site. bag was cut open. Spread into the buckets. And watered in. The hoops were placed over the strawberries, and I found that crisscrossing them in this method gives a very firm structure and doesn't require any fixing or tying in. It becomes self-supporting. Last job being the fixing of the pond netting over the plastic frames. Everything that I planned to do on site this morning I completed, and I returned home just in time. As I was approaching home, it started to rain. Not only did it start raining, but it became very overcast and cold. And we've been warned about this by the weather reporters that we were going to have a brief spell of winter again. I don't know how long it would last. Maybe we were going to get 2 or 3 nights of frost as well. So after lunch it was into the shed and I started to sow my runner beans. I don't know if you remember, I think it was January, February, yeah, it was the 5th week of January, so it was in the last week that I shelled the beans that I'd saved from last season. And there were 3 kinds. There was White Lady, Scarlet Emperor and one I hadn't a clue what they were. And so today it was in the shed and I started to plant them out. I got these cells. There was 10 seed cells in each tray, and I set my sights to do 30 of each kind. So here we go into the shed. Just using normal general multi-purpose compost, nothing special, into these seed trays. Not necessarily pressing it down, give it a bounce. Okay, just put them in there, just let them float and soak. About 10 minutes. Trays have been soaked and drained, and we can now start planting the seeds. And we've got 30 cubes here. Just taking each one, make a hole, put it on its edge to the nail. And these, the White Lady, these are the ones I like the taste of. And these are delicious. Let's hope I save enough again end of this season. That's assuming that they all take, which I hope they do. There we go, they're going on to a warm windowsill over a radiator, and we'll wait 5 days into the shed. And that now brings me to the end of this week. It's been a very busy week, strange weather that we're having. The wind is blowing a gale outside. It's really cold, but you've got to take what you're given. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, could you please subscribe? What I do like is your comments. And to get notifications of any next uploads, you just ring a bell. And it leaves me just to say that in this time of COVID-19, take care, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. So for now, bye.